So I don't take the dark 5 minutes ahead. I don't know. Make sure you join the guest account.
Huh?
The guest account, Bluetooth off.
Oh yeah. I'm on.
Hi.
Good morning, Elva. How's your day?
Good, and yours?
Yeah, it's going really well.
It's going well too. Is this the last class?
Yeah, it's the last class for this for the winter season. But I'm gonna be back next for spring as well.
Okay. In April, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice.
So we have a bit of a break until then.
Yes.
I'll be back in just a second. I need to get prepared for
Okay,
class.
go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm back. How's your week been?
It is going so very well.
Oh, nice. What did you do?
I've been taking care of my niece, taking them to school.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Babysitting is fun, right?
Yes, it's fun. Super fun. What about you?
Yeah, it's also going well. I had lots of schoolwork though, so I've been busy.
Okay, nice. Nice.
What school grade are you in?
I'm not going to school. I only take online classes.
Oh, I see.
I
Wow.
was going before.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's cool.
I used to go to ELAC.
ELAC?
Yeah,
Oh, I never heard of that. What is it?
East LA College.
Oh, it's a college. I see. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm in high school, but I'm taking some college classes as well. They're
Nice.
very hard, right? It's at Las Positas College, so it's a different college from yours.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Where do you live?
I'm in Dublin.
Oh, Dublin.
Yeah, and oh,
Where exactly?
it's like I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like near Livermore-ish, or around that.
Nice.
Hmm.
No sabe. No, no. Is that what we're gonna draw?
Yeah, that's what we're drawing today.
Nice.
So, wait, I need to fix the camera. It's a little bit hard to see, right?
Yes, it is.
Let me see if I could shrink this out a bit.
Nice, I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're all going to be drawing it today.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a bit more. I'm gonna get a bit more stuff to balance this.
Okay, go ahead.
Does this look better?
Yes, it looks better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what city do you live in?
I live on Southgate by Los Angeles.
Oh wow, Los Angeles. It's cool there, right?
Yeah, it's freezing right now. It's
Yeah.
cloudy.
On the news, I saw there was a newscast where a lot of Californians are getting stuck in their houses because of the snow.
Yeah, there is a
Fish-
lot of snow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it does look really pretty though. We're not getting snow here right now, but we see it on the mountains and stuff.
Nice.
I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Okay, we have like 1 more minute until class starts, so now we have to wait for everyone else to come in.
Yes, that's fine.
Mhm.
Fine. Si te vas a ir, déjamelas aquí, yo las digo a-
Good morning, everybody. So we're gonna get started in just a second. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in, maybe. As a reminder, last week, if you were here last week, we did an duck art. So if you have that and you finished and you want to show it off, feel free to just unmute and tell us about your art. But if you don't have it, that's perfectly fine as well. Okay, I guess we can get started then. So,
Yeah.
okay. So today, as you can see, we have, okay, so we have like a picture of a dragon today. And this dragon's breathing fire. It's flying through the sky. And behind it, you can see another dragon. Maybe it's its friend. And they're playing together in the sky. And you can tell they're really high up because of the birds and the clouds. And you can see a sun in the background too. So this is a drawing we're going to be doing today. So if we all have paper and stuff ready, okay, if we all have paper and stuff ready, then we can get started with the first dragon, the one in the middle. So around the middle of the paper, let's start with a long curve. So we go up a little bit and make sure it's kind of flat looking because it's the top of the head. And then we curve down for the snout, and then we curve sharply here. And then for the sharp teeth, we go up, we make little zigzags. And then we go up the final time to make it look like he's smiling. Then after that, to make the bottom half of the jaw, we curve down, and then we do similar zigzags just like this. And then for the bottom of the mouth, we curl up and over like this. We go all the way back, and then we can make little zigzags here as well because dragons have like little crests at the on their cheeks. It looks kind of scary, right? Don't worry, this dragon is happy. And then to finish off the head, we have two horns at the top. So we can make them curl up like this, like a C shape. And then we connect it to the top of the head here, like that. And since this dragon has two horns on both sides of the head, we can make one a little bit behind it, just to show that it's on the other side of the head. So similarly, we do more curves, but we have to layer it behind the first horn. So we go like this. We have to be careful to avoid this horn, and then we connect it there, just about. Okay, so after that, to finish off the head, we need to do an eye. So since the dragon's looking at his friend, we can make it curve like this, like an almond shape almost. And then you draw a pupil by adding a round shape right here. Okay. So once we're done with that, I'll give you guys a second just to finish up. Just like give me a quick thumbs up if you're done and ready to move on. Okay, see Naya's ready. Megha's ready. Oh wow, good job, Stefan. Are you ready to move on?
Thanks.
Okay. All right, then I think most of us are pretty much ready. So for the neck, a dragon is really strong, so it has a really thick neck because there's also muscle inside of it. And so to make a really thick neck, we have to make this kind of big macaroni shape. So we start over here, like near one of the cheeks, and then we curve all the way down like this. And then after that, to make the other side of the neck, we make another macaroni shape here. See? And then we have to connect it to the rest of the torso as well. So to start off, let's begin with the front legs. So to make a front leg, we have to make these really sharp angles. So you do really straight lines like this. You go this way. And then for the claws, they're really sharp. So we do more zigzags. Like that. And then after you finish that, you go a sharper angle here. And to make it look a little bit sharper, I'm gonna do a curve instead. So we make a curve and we go all the way up here. and that gives it like a more rigid feeling. And then once we're done with the front leg, we can go to the one on the other side. So this one's a little bit farther back, so I'm starting over here. So we do something a little bit similar. So this one's gonna be stretched out a bit more, so I'm gonna make it longer. And then we do zigzags here, as you can see. And then we continue, and then we do another curve, and then we go back up, like that. And once you're finished with that, how about you guys lift up your dragon so far, like the first half of the dragon, and you show me what you've done.
Bye. There's mine.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, softball.
Okay, see yours? Oh wow, Safan, that looks really good. I like the legs on yours. They look really strong. Ooh, Mega, that looks really cool. Okay. All right, great job everyone so far. So now we can move on to the wings of the dragon. And so dragon has really big wings because they need a lot of wing power to lift themselves up. And so in order to do a dragon wing, we have to go all the way across the page. So let's start with like a curve over here. Just like a short one, it doesn't need to be too long yet. And then for the curve, we go all the way over here. It almost went entirely across the paper. And then once we're done with the big line, we can do 3 little curves like this to make webby wings. Oh, I messed up a little bit. And then you can curve it. And then once you're done with that, you can curve it back a little bit closer to here, but it doesn't need to connect. And then to show that they're webby wings, we can make 3 straight lines inside of it like this. So it all comes from the same point, but we just show that the dragon has webby wings. Okay. And it needs a back so that we can show that the wings are connected to the body. So let's begin with the back. So we can do a really long curve, like kind of like how we do with the wing. So we go up and then we curve down a little like that. And we can take care of the tail a bit later, but for now, let's do the bottom half as well. So we go down and up. And dragons are really long, so we have to make them a bit longer than most animals. Okay. So once you have these 2 lines done, we can start on the back legs because it needs back legs to lift us off the ground. Okay, so to start the back legs, it looks a little bit different from this. It needs to be stronger. So in order to show that stronger, we have to make it bigger. So we do like a little curve from the belly over here. And then we can kind of start another one over here, like a smaller curve this time though, not as extreme. Okay, and then once you have these 2 curves, you can do a similar foot to this one. So it's like you go out, you do a little zigzag here, you go out again, and then you curve back here, and then you connect it. I'll give you guys a second to catch up. Wow, Anaya, that looks really good. I like that wing. It looks really strong. Oh, wow. That's a really good foot, Mega. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
That was my
Ooh, Stefan, that's a really good dragon. Can you move it a bit to the left? I want to see how the legs look. Oh, okay, that's all right. Yeah. Wow, that's a cool dragon. Great job, everyone. All right, then. Okay, so we also need to give it a back leg too, so it doesn't look like it only has 3 legs, because that would be pretty weird. So then for the last leg over here, it's a little bit behind, so it's gonna look a bit smaller. But we do a foot, we do a zigzag over here, and then we curl back up like that. Cool. Okay, so now we can begin with the tail, and I left a bit of space here just to make sure there's enough room for a tail. So I'm gonna move this back a little bit so I can draw a tail a bit better. But okay, so to begin the tail, we just do a really simple squiggly line. We go like this. See, it's really quick. So, and then we do another one in the same shape, and then we connect it here. It looks a little bit like a snake or an S. And that's pretty much the body of the first dragon done. But we also have a couple more details to add, so we can't really move on just yet. All right. So to finish off this dragon, we have a couple more details we need to add. So in most dragon drawings, they have 2 colors, one for the top of it and one on like its belly and its neck. So we have different colors to use on this dragon. So let's begin by adding, a light line. You don't need to go too dark on this one, but like over the neck, we add a little line here to separate each of the colors on each side. And similarly, we also need to put a second color for the belly. So we have to do another light line just a little bit above the belly, and then we connect it over here at the end of the belly line. And lots of dragons have scales underneath their neck and belly. So let's draw a couple scales by doing these like horizontal lines and stripes across its belly and neck. It doesn't need to be too detailed, just do some quick lines. I'll give you guys a second to draw that, and then we can move on to the best part, the spikes.
I'm done.
Yeah? Oh, you're done. Great job. All right. I'll give you guys just one more second then, since you guys are pretty quick. All right then. So, and then we're almost done with this dragon, but we have to do some stripes. In the not stripes, sorry, spikes. And so to do some spikes, we go from the back of the neck all the way across the the body, and then we go up to the tail. And it's really simple. So we just do these really easy zigzag patterns, and we go all the way across the bit of the neck, across the body, and then we curl over the tail like this. And if you want, we can add a couple more spikes on top of the head too. Like that. And in the end, it looks like a lot of triangles along the dragon's back. Okay, so whenever you're done with that, can you lift up your dragon and show me what it looks like? Wow, I see some great dragons. And they have great dragon. Oh wow, Naya, that's a cool one. I really like how the tail looks. Yeah, of course. Ooh, Elva, I like your dragon. He looks really powerful.
Thank you.
Wow, those are some really good zigzags, Mega. Oh, Safan, can I see your drawing again? I didn't quite catch it. Ooh, that's really cool. Great job, Safan. I like how the neck looks on that. Okay,
Thanks.
so we have to draw his friend now. His friend in the background.
Okay.
He's gonna look a little bit smaller. So we're gonna be drawing it a little bit to the right of this dragon. And instead of looking at it from the side like this dragon, we're gonna be looking at it straight on. So we're gonna see both sides of his face. And so to show that, we can start with, make sure you draw a little bit smaller, okay? So we begin with the side of the heads. So we start with one horn and we curve down a little bit. So it's like both the side of the head and the horn. And then we go across a little bit for the rest of the top of the head. And then we do another curve like that. And that's both of the horns. And then since we have like a little crest over here, on this side, we also have to do another crest. So we do 3 little zigzags here for a cheek. And then we curve down for the bottom of the mouth. And then we go up and do little zigzags like this for its teeth. And then we can make it smile again by going up a lot, and then we go back down. And then we do more zigzags here for its teeth. And then once you finish the teeth, you can connect it back up to the side of the head. There. And so we also need to do another crest. But since it's a little bit farther away from us, we have to put it a little bit behind the side of the head. So on this side, we do another similar zigzag, just 3 little triangles there. And for the eyes, since he's really happy to be around his friend, we can do these 2 little half triangles-ish, like that, to show he's really happy. Okay. Whenever you're done with the head of the smaller dragon, we can do a little curve for the neck. It's kind of similar to the other one. So we do 2 little curves down like this. And then we go across a little bit more on this curve. And for the legs, similarly, we do a sharp line here, 3 little zigzags, come back up, and then we do another line, 3 little zigzags, and then we go back up, and then we curve. For this one, we don't need to curve because we already have the neck blocking the view. But for this one, since we don't have anything blocking the way, we can do a little curve here. Okay. And for this dragon, we're gonna make the wings look a little bit different. So instead of being more downward like this dragon, we can use upward wings. So it's gonna look a little bit bigger. So for this dragon, we gotta start with a curve and we go up and then we go across like that. And it's gonna be a little bit bigger than the dragon. So, and then we do 3 little curves and then we go curve back down like that. And then to make it look webby, we can do a similar 3 lines, all coming out from this part of the wing. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a bit better. There. Feel free to simplify it if you think it's too difficult. Okay. So now we need to do the rest of the torso, so like the belly and the back. So let's start with the belly first, since it's simpler with this dragon. So we just do a small curve and then we go up. And just like that, we have a belly. And then once you're done with that, we can continue the torso. It's gonna look a little bit smaller because most of it's being blocked by the wing. But we go up and then we go over like that. Okay. I'll give you guys a second once I'm done with the back legs to like catch up if you need be. Okay, so for the legs, we can go another sharp line down. We do little zigzags. We go up and curve, and then we stretch back here. And then for the bottom leg, I'm gonna do another zigzag here. It looks a bit smaller because it's behind the belly though. Okay, and that's all the legs done. So all we need to do left is the tail, but I'll give you guys a second to catch up if you want. And just like give me a thumbs up if you guys want to move on.
Yes. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up? Okay. Okay. All right. Stefan, it's okay if you're not finished yet. You can work on it a bit later. Okay, so for the tail, we have to maneuver a little bit because this gigantic wing is in the way. But we do a spiral here, and then we skip the wing, we go up, and then we curve back down like this. This one. And then for the rest of the tail, we do another curve, and then we go back down like that. So it looks more like an S. And we have just a couple more details on the dragons to do. Similarly, we're going to be using spikes and like a little underbelly. And we're also going to add a little bit of fire to this one. Maybe he's shooting fire out of his mouth. But first, let's do the underbelly. So you do a light line over here to separate each of the colors. And then you do little horizontal stripes across. And then you do another one like this. So you draw lightly, and then you connect it to the back of the belly line here. And then you do a little horizontal. Well, I mean, this one's more vertical actually. But like you do little lines over here. And then I'm gonna go in a bit of a different order for this one. So after that, after the underbelly, you can draw a bit of fire coming out of his mouth. So to show the fire, we do little curves like this outside of his mouth. And you can make it look as like big or as small as you want. But I'm making mine look a little bit medium sized. And so once you're done with like these little curves and rounded bits, you can do another layer inside. Because fire is normally orange and yellow or red maybe. But like we're just gonna use these two different colors here. Yeah. Okay. So the fire is just a little detail, so you shouldn't stress about it too much. Okay. And once you're done with the fire, we can move on to spikes, like how we did for this one. So similarly, we're gonna start a bit from the head, and we do little small zigzags like this. You can avoid a bit of the crest because you already have lots of zigzags there, but you can feel free to add as little or as many zigzags as you want for as many spikes you want your dragon to have. like that. And for the final detail, this dragon is a bit different because it has both of its wings out. So like for this dragon, we can't really see the other wing because it's behind. But for this dragon, since both of its wings are out, we have to draw the other wing on this side too. So it's pretty simple though. We can just start a little bit behind the head here. We go out, we do a small webby bit like this, and then we can just curve, and then the rest of it will be hidden behind the fire. And then you can continue it after the fire, since the fire is in front of the wing. So we can start from the edge of the fire here, and then we curve back down. And then we can add the little small lines on the wings here. Oh. Turn my pencil. Okay. So whenever you guys are done with that, just lift up and show me how your dragon is going. I really like to see how it's going. Wow, Mega, that's a really happy dragon. That looks really cool.
There's mine.
Wow, that looks really nice, Oliva.
Thank you.
Hmm. Oh wow, Nib, whoa, those wings are really
That
gigantic.
one is my brother's. This one's mine.
Oh, I see. Wow, both of yours look really good. Great job. Wow, Naya, I like that dragon too. He's spitting a lot of fire, huh? That's cool. So fun. Ooh, wow. That dragon's really nice. You can see so much action in its pose. Great job, everybody. Okay, the background for this one's really simple, so we can pretty much speed through it. So, the background for this one, as you can see, we have a plain blue sky, a sun, and some clouds, and a couple birds too. So, clouds are really simple things to draw, and they're really fun too. So since like they're really high up in the sky, the clouds are gonna be a bit below them. So we gotta start right at the bottom of the page, around the center, and we do these big puffy lines all the way across until we reach the end of the page, like that. And then we can do another cloud over here too. We go down, and we're gonna make them really fluffy. So I'm gonna make them really round. And then I connect them to the bottom of the page again. And then we can do a couple more at the top too. But since we can see the bottom, I'll draw that as well. So we start with a curve up here, and then we
Can
could just
we
let
do
it.
the clouds wherever we want?
Yeah, you can do wherever you want. You guys don't need to follow this exactly. Since they're clouds, they can be anywhere and everywhere in the picture. Okay. And so for my clouds, I'm gonna make one at the top over here. And then I'm gonna do a flat line across here. And then I go all the way across, and then I curve it back here. And then I do more bumpy lines like this. It looks really fluffy. And then I'm gonna do a really tiny cloud over here, just for fun. It's gonna be really small. Like that. So feel free to do as many as you want. I'm gonna wait a second, and then we can move on to the birds and the cloud. And then we could probably spend the last 10 minutes of class coloring.
Can we also add the sun?
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, you can start early. I'm just waiting a second in case people want to take their time. Okay, so for a sun, I'm gonna put it right over here since we have lots of room over here. So for the sun, I'm gonna keep it kind of in the center. So to make a sun, we do a round circle. I'm sure lots of you are really good at drawing suns because a lot of drawings include the sun in it. And then we do 4 lines over here. Wow, that looks really cool. Wow, there's so many clouds around your dragon. Great job. Okay. And then I'm gonna do a little smaller rays over here to show sunshine coming out. Of course, you can add as many or as little rays as you want. And for the final touch, we're gonna show some birds flying around the dragons, just to show just how high up they are. So the birds are pretty simple. You just do a little semicircle over here, a little beak here, and then you can connect it in the middle. And then you can curve down and over. And then this one, it's kind of floating downwards, so it might be going towards the ground. So the wings are going to point downwards as well. But unlike the dragon wings, they're fluffier. So we can do curved lines instead of sharp lines like before. So we go down, we curve up a bit, and then we do fluffy lines. So it goes outward instead of inward curves, like we did with the dragon here. And then for a second wing, we go like this. And then we can connect the tail, like 2 sharp lines right there. And then we can finish it off with an eye, or 2 if you feel like it. Okay. And then after that, we can do a second bird right over here. Or you can make another bird wherever you want, but I'm gonna put it over here. So I'm gonna put this bird, it's gonna face this way, like towards the dragon. Maybe he's looking up at him. So this bird
Are
is
we going to do the same steps?
You can if you want, or you can add a bird in your own style. It doesn't really matter so much.
Okay.
So just make sure you have a couple birds in there. And similarly, we make a little curve here for the puff. And then we add little upward wings this time. So we curve like this, like a 90-degree angle. And then we do little puffy lines and down. And then I could add a little, like another one in the back here. And then to finish it off, I can curve it up like that. And I could add little legs as well. Okay, so whenever you finish that, try and get your colored pencils or whatever coloring materials you have out, and then we can begin the coloring. Okay. All right, so I have my colors out. For the most part, you can use any colors for dragons and birds, but for the sky, you need blue and yellow. This yellow is for the sun, and this blue is for the rest of the sky. I think it would be simpler to color in the background first, because it's such a simple idea, really. So
I'm
yeah.
going to do the clouds pink.
Wow, pink clouds? That sounds cool. Okay, that sounds good then. Okay, so you can make any color, I suppose, but I'm gonna leave mine white, but yeah, okay. So for the sky, I'm gonna start all the way from the top corner, and we color around most of the stuff that we drew. So we just keep on going really quickly, and we do these like really broad strokes across the screen. And then you kind of have to avoid the clouds a little bit, and also make sure you're going around the dragons too, because we don't want the sky to bleed into the dragons. That would be silly. So try to just like approximate it. You don't need to be so exact in your work, since it's just the sky anyways. So we curve around the sun, around the clouds, and then we go a little bit in between the lines over here. And then we go around the birds and through the clouds. And then we can continue to curve around over here. And then we can pretty much just like avoid this dragon completely. And then we can keep going and going until we have all of the sky done. And then finally, we step a little bit around the birds. And then we have the sky. And then after that, for the sun, we can draw a bit darker this time because it's a smaller space. And also the sun is really bright, so we are gonna make it really dark yellow. So try and press down a little bit on your yellow as you go around and around until you have the sun colored in. Oh no. Okay. And yeah, as I said, you can add like any colors you want afterwards. But since we're running a bit low on time, let's just start on the dragon first. And so for my dragon, I think I'm gonna use purple and orange because purple is my favorite color. But you don't need to use them, but like you can use any color you like. Okay, so it's pretty simple actually. So like for your first color, it's gonna be like everything from the head to the wings to the back to the tail, all of that except for the underbelly here. And I guess a bit of the wings too. So to start, we can just really quickly color across. And oh yeah, make sure you avoid the eyes too in case you want to make them a special color. So we go all the way through the head, through the teeth, through the crest, and around the eyes. And then similarly, we start a bit like past the underbelly. We go over here, we cover the legs. And then we do the other leg back here. And then we can go a bit around the wings as well. And then we keep going and going. Wow, I really made my dragon way too long. Okay. And then we get to the tail and the back legs. And then we finish off the hind legs here. And then we can just quickly do the tail. Like this. And you can see like we have a lot of extra room here for the second color, like the spikes, the eyes, the wings, and the belly. So, and then once you're finished with that, take your time. You can start on the second color as well. And you can color the spikes. I'm doing it rather quickly since we're so short on time, but if you'd like, you can take your time too. And then we do the entire underbelly like this. And then a little bit, make sure you don't cross over your coloring because that would look a bit strange. And then we go to the belly like this. And then finally the wings. Okay. So after that, I suppose I can use the same colors since like we only have 4 minutes left. But I'm gonna use orange and purple again. Actually, no, it's fine. I can go green and purple this time, just to mix things up a little bit. So I'm gonna color, so just like the other one, I can color the spikes and wings. Then, so over here, this dragon is a lot quicker to color in because it's so small in comparison, right? And so just like the other dragon, we go all the way up, we color in the tail a bit. And then we can switch over to our second color. And then we can color in the underbelly really lightly. And then the wings. And then the spikes are a bit small, but like if you want, you could add a bit of color inside of them. I'll give you guys a second, but afterwards we're gonna be getting orange and yellow for the fire. Okay. So once you guys are done with that, we can start to color in the fire. Since this one's spitting fire, I'm gonna make the inside of it orange and the outside of it yellow. But a lot of warm colors work as well. So like warm colors can be like red, orange, pink, yellow, etc. And maybe if it's super, super hot, you can make a blue fire. So I made the inside of this orange because it's a bit closer to the mouth. And I'm gonna make the outside of it yellow because it's a little bit weaker, so it doesn't show as brightly. And there we have it. Okay. So we're pretty much just about the end of class for today. So whenever you finish with your coloring, or like if you're pretty much like just done in general, just pick up your drawing and show me your final product, your masterpiece. And then after that, we can finish off our class for today. Just whenever you guys are done. Or maybe if your parents are there, you can have them take a picture of your drawing once you're finished coloring at home, and then you can send in the WhatsApp group. So just like whenever you guys are done.
Okay.
Wow, it's fun. Whoa, your coloring is really cool. Wow, I like how you made the other dragon green. Oh, okay. All right. So we're pretty much done with class right now. So like whenever if you guys want to stick around for a second or like a minute or so, because I have to close the Zoom call. Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye. Have a good
Bye.
day, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hope to
Bye.
see you guys in the spring semester.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for a great class, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Sumayya.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay. If you guys want to like take a screen capture of this real quick, because I gotta end the meeting because the next one's coming up soon, I think. Okay. Wow, Naya, that's really good looking. Oh, wow, I like the colors you chose. They're just like mine. Great job. Yeah, Safan, great job. I like your sun. And don't worry about coloring everything all at once. Just like work on it a bit at home and then maybe you could send in the WhatsApp group. Okay, I gotta head out, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I hope to see you guys in the spring
Bye, see
semester.
you too.
Thank you. I'm
Bye.
ending the meeting now. Bye bye.
Bye, Sashi.
Bye bye.